Gets the boosty from Gifted. Think that is it.
It's nothing of the sort, Lady Delphine. It's merely that Archbishop Naomi is young and can be somewhat reckless and foolhardy. She has never been known for her attention span. Politics does not do her justice. Personally, I would be more of the mindset of informing her of whatever decisions we make. She's rather she's rather skilled at adapting, as is the majority of her priesthood. And any attempts to try and leash her have not been very successful.
Delphine thinks for a moment.
I have respect for her, but she can be fickle in her interests. Frustratingly so.
Well, on matters of her age and her decisions, I suppose what I'm doing here could be considered acts of someone who is both reckless and young. And if her and her followers are, as you say, good at adapting, then perhaps they could offer us some, I guess, advice on how we could best adapt to each other.
Delphine offers a small smile.
She scowls for a moment. Can I have you make a? I'm gonna have you make a another. Actually, this one is going to be a negotiation.
Okay.
Get a free boost dice from your last check, though.
Okay.
And it's going to be against just 4 different, no check. And get another boost dice on top of that.
Cool. Boost dice. I'm looking through my shit, making sure. I think the other one is not that. Ooh. I can use congenial here, actually. It's charm or negotiation. So, can I suffer 1 strain to take that down?
Yeah. Oh, well,
Excellent.
actually, no, because it's not upgraded.
Okay. Okay. I didn't know it had to be a red dice that was taken down.
It should be good. Your words speak true, Lady Delphine. I will see what I can't do about sending a missive out towards that direction. Though I can't say that it will have any. I can't say that it will have any sway. Knowing Naomi, she is as likely to show up to this meeting without us warning her whatsoever as she is if we gave her a personal invitation.
Well, I believe that actually, someone in our party has, a ring that actually might interest her.
Oh.
What was the ring called again? Just
pretty sure it's just like the Windborn or the Windburn ring.
Yeah, it
Doesn't have
didn't
a name?
necessarily have a name. It was just made by her people. Yeah, it was just made
Okay.
by their family.
all right.
Well, it's a ring that was made by her family that somehow ended up in our possession.
I
We
see.
wanted to return it to her, but if she was here, it would make it a lot easier to return it to her.
Fair enough. I will send word with them with that as well. I believe that last time that I knew, she was heading towards Windburn Heights, her ancestral home, loaded by her lord father. No doubt to entreat his assistance. Needless to say, I will let him know. Do you wish to send the ring ahead of time with the message, or?
What do you think, guys? Send the ring with the message or leave the ring with us?
It would be the trusting route to give it to her and say like, "Hey, this is a summons. By the way, this belonged to you." So, we're trustworthy.
Yeah, like that's what Peach said. That's what I was thinking.
I just don't want it to get lost. I'm afraid that maybe it might get lost if we try to send it to her. And if somebody was talking about something that my family made, I would want it safe.
So, what do you think? Are you sending it then?
I'm thinking keep it
Okay,
here
fair enough.
because
Very well.
yeah.
I just don't want it to get taken in as if something were to happen on the letter trying to get to her, because I'm sure she cares about it very much.
And Windburn Heights is through enemy territory. There's no saying if the missile will even reach them, especially with the individuals that your Blood of Legala employs under Jacob Morrow and the rest. They are rather proficient at what they do. After
Would I know what she's speaking of?
yeah, you would. She's talking about the rabble. They basically do a lot of message running, and they kind of have the message system by the balls when you get too far south. So it's actually legitimately a problem for loyalists, not for you guys. It's a good thing for you guys.
Well, maybe if there was something that I wrote on there too, maybe there wouldn't be any problems.
She says kind of hopefully.
I don't know what good it might do, but every little bit helps.
Yes, as long as it does not as long as you don't decide to, as long as this missive is not some kind of trick to try and bring the Blood of Legala down around our heads, I don't see a point in doing this. But you seem a trustworthy sort, and I don't believe that you would dishonor I don't believe that you would dishonor your family by doing something so underhanded.
No. That would be really, really not nice.
Yes, that would be very not nice. She says actually with a bit of a smile, like that is exactly one way to put it.
Peach, like that's basically like, dear Blood of Legala, if you find this letter, don't steal it. Delphine. Like that would literally be it.
Miss Bishop Grace, if I may, you're very kind.
Not a word frequently used to describe me, but thank you nonetheless.
Well, you are. And
Do I do it, guys? Do I bring it up? Do I bring up her daughter? Do I do it? Do it. Okay. First one responds, do it. Let's do it.
you are. You're very kind, and I can see where Miss Delia gets it. And she's also very kind.
She freezes at that name. How did you know about that?
I've met her. I also try to do my very best to know who I'm speaking to. I
So,
am a Haven Tree. I like to research.
so she is with all of you then. I see.
Oh my god!
I trust she knows of her father's passing.
She does know, correct?
Yeah, she does.
Would Delphine know that she knows?
Yeah.
I believe so. I'm very sorry for your loss. If he was anything like you, then he must have been very kind too.
He was nothing like
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bring up anything that would hurt your feelings. I see in you what I see in her. A lot of kindness. And that's a good thing, because, you know, a lot of people here at war, it's nice to find kind people.
I sometimes ponder what it means to be kind. Curious that that is the word that you would use to describe me. Typically, the word would be strong or steadfast or pious.
I don't think that those descriptions are exclusive, though. I feel that you can be strong and kind, steadfast and kind, pious and kind. I feel it's how you choose to be with people, how you choose to act, how you choose to see the world. Of course, if you're going for, a dictionary definition, it's, you have a friendly or generous or considerate nature, which you love your people. So doesn't that make you kind? In addition to being strong and pious and steadfast?
Can I have you make another charm check?
Fuck yeah. Alright. Okay.
It's going to be against 1 purple and 3 red. You can get 2 boost dice, though. Like, on top
Okay.
of whatever else you would get.
Can I use congenial this time?
Yeah, you can.
Yes, okay. Let's suffer a strain. And let's lower that one. Alright. Let's see. What else I got here? Don't think anything else, but you never know. Okay. Well, hope for the best. That's perfect. A success with a despair. Lovely. What does fearsome do? Okay.
All right. So, okay, hang on. I have to.
Oh.
I have to figure out what the fuck this means. Okay.
I think it's really applicable though, considering, hey, I just brought up your daughter, and then your husband was also brought up, and he did.
It
Sorry.
can be. It can be so hard to be all of those things. Did you know that, Tuff?
I'm beginning to learn that. The more I am with people, instead of up in the tower, the more I learn just how hard it is to be all of the things that you want to be and all of the things that other people want you to be as well.
Other people will want you to be strong. But how does one be a strong woman when your husband dies? When the man that you love, the father of your children? If you hide your emotions and refuse to cry, you are labeled as strong. But if you embrace them, it means something different, something else entirely. But I have no right in speaking of any of this, given what you've been through, truly.
Miss Grace, but that is the thing. You do have every right. Because this is your life. You have every right to speak of things that you know and that you've been through and that make you who you are. Isn't that how we learn more about each other? We share parts of ourselves. And yes, there's been a lot that's been, for lack of better words, not nice in my life, but I found a lot of kindness. And that's what I want to see is all the kindness. I do know that I have to face the sadness too and the not nice things, but
No. Have you seen
I
Social?
find it a lot better to really
Awesome.
focus
So you
on
know the
the
song.
kindness
So this
of other people and the kindness you find in yourself, and that can help get you through the day and help you find out more about other people and maybe understand what they're going through. We both had really, really big losses, so perhaps we can understand each other in that way.
She kind of closes her eyes as she continues to ride slowly, and a tear does escape its way from her eye, and yes, perhaps you're right.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to make you cry.
You
no.
you're fine. It's clear that your mother taught you well. That is for certain. And Delphine, as she says that, you almost think back to where you heard all of the things that you were just talking about for the first time. Who taught you those lessons?
Hi, Mom.
And and it starts to weigh pretty heavy on your heart.
Hmm. That's appropriate.
And that's when as that really starts to weigh on you for a moment, and as you guys ride in silence, there's you feel a gust of wind, of warm wind.
Hello, Machination Day.
And something flutters down. No, nobody else sees or senses anything. Something flutters down from the sky, and it lands kind of right in your lap on the on Ferdinand.
Yo, what up, thing?
It's a black feather with hint of blue at the very, very tip of the feather.
Do I know this feather?
It's definitely one from a Pegasus. That much you can tell. And not many of the breed of black Pegasi have that kind of bluish tint at the very tip of the feather. But your mother's did.
What happened to my mother's when...
It was killed during the Battle of Brimmer.
Feather!
Midnight did not survive.
Why do you taunt me, Feather?
And in the heat, of the midsummer summon, as you're kind of like walking through, you know how sometimes you can all see those flickering heat images.
There's
Yeah.
You see something flickers forward in from around a clearing of trees, not but a half a mile away. And you see a figure ride out, slowly trotting on a dark mount from out around the tree.
Am I close enough to see this figure?
Yeah. You see a long, silky, dark blue dress, like the one that your mother would often wear when she would come to visit you, outside of the normal Legolan shades, and draping down across her shoulders, you see long, light blue hair.
Delphine did not take shrooms, fam.
And Grace kind of squints for a moment because it's not directly in front of you guys. It's kind of off to the right side. And Grace squints for a moment. Who is that? Is that one of the dark ones? I did not know there would be any around here.
I don't know, but the dress.
And she looks at the feather.
She can't be there. What? No. What?
And slowly the rider starts to trot direction.
So, you see this too?
Do though the details are blurry. Delphine, you should be careful. I don't know what's happening here.
Okay, but you should be too.
And as it rides closer, you become more and more sure with what you're seeing. As the features of her hair become more distinct, of the dress, of the Pegasus that you knew almost as much, if not almost more, than Ferdinand on your clandestine trips.
This is a trap. I know it out of character. This is a trap. But in character, it's mom. Ah!
I imagine the rest of you guys kind of may have already gone up a little bit. Make anybody who wants to make a perception or vigilance check to see if you notice this.
Oh, no, make a vigilance.
What's the difficulty?
Just 2. It's not particularly hidden, but add a setback dice because you guys are probably past.
Okay.
So anybody who succeeded is going to notice as this figure starts to get a little bit closer. And what are you doing, Delphine?
Oh god.
Are you
I'm trying-
riding out?
A part of me wants to, but a part of me wonders if she would restrain herself. I don't fucking know.
As she gets closer, you can almost see a smile on her face. And she starts to gallop a little bit faster.
Highs or lows?
Highs.
Okay. All right. It's high enough that she's gonna kind of look at Grace and look at the figure.
I know that can't be who I think it is. I know it can't. I know it can't.
And
What do I do? That can't be her.
And at that moment, your mother grabs her chest, and the horse stops and balks, and she spills off of the side of the mound, and the Pegasus looks as if it was almost struck by something. And you watch as the Pegasus's form, as the Pegasus's feathers and such almost and tack almost begin to burn up. And before long, the Pegasus, starting with the wings and the legs simultaneously, burns up into smoke and ash and vanishes. And as the figure that was your mother starts to get up, you notice that the ends of her hair are also ablaze. Not necessarily looking like it's causing any amount of pain, but you're seeing the edges of her cloak and the edges of her hair starting to disappear. And soon, as she tries to get up, You watch as her features begin to burn until finally even the limbs and remnants of her body burn up as the figure that was standing there is blown away by the wind and the flames disappear.
Does the feather remain?
The feather stays.
Oh, okay. That's lovely. Great.
And you feel a warmth still, but it is fleeting as it almost seems to be being drawn away with a feeling of pain and pain, apology, and sadness. And Grace rides up a little bit and what was that phenomenon? Are we under attack? Is there some sort of illusion magic play?
Would the magic have been recognizable? Or no?
Especially because you have seen them. Yeah.
No. We're not under attack. I think that was her way of apologizing. I'm so sorry, Mom.
Grace turns back. And she'll close the gap and she's gonna put a tender hand on your shoulder.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
And I imagine I'm guessing other people have doubled back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go with my little buddy.
Perhaps we should and she'll actually like, look at the rest of you like genuine concern. Perhaps we should rest.
I agree.
Agreed.
Just. I don't understand. I didn't try to call them. Was she here? I didn't try to call them. I wasn't supposed to.
Delphi, it's all right. Are we stopping at this point?
Probably at least for a minute, yeah.
Okay. She'll help Delphine dismount.
I hope that didn't cause a lot of harm.
Penelope will bring Delphine into her arms and give her a warm hug and caress her hair.
Oh, I love warm hugs.
Yeah.
Just like Baymax.
And after a few moments, one of the scouts who investigated the area comes back and has a curious flower in their hand. It's a brilliant, almost golden, shimmering petaled flower. One that teems with magic. Where did you find that? Grace says. It was in the circle where that rider disappeared. And Delphine, you would recognize this from probably a seeing one. You know this as an Arcanon or an Arcanon iris, a flower that only grows on the floating island itself, and you are several days from it.
Does Grace know what that is?
Yes. How did
I
this?
suppose I have some explaining to do.
And it was found fully grown where the Archon that had taken on the Empress's appearance disappeared.
Like planted or just like
Like, yeah, out of
Okay.
the ground.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I suppose I have some explaining to do on that. I believe that was my fault. No ill intention, no ill will, no attack. I just really miss my mom. And that person, in a way, kind of was my mom, because I wanted Figure to be my mom. But Miss Grace, that was an Archon, and that's why I guess I got a little emotional, and since the Archons are there for the Haven trees when we need them, I guess they took that as I needed them, and they showed me my mom.
What do you mean? What? An Archon? What?
That's how we get fucking Elsa. We're not fucking Elsa-ing this shit.
You know how when she started to disappear, there was a flame?
She nods.
What?
Well, that's...
Did you include Archons in the book? That's a good question.
Pretty sure it's kind of like under wraps. a little
Would you have called them Archons if you did, or do you think they just would have been referred to as?
I also think I didn't know at the time I wrote it.
Yeah,
because it was all-
whenever you're writing it, I was the only one that knew at that
Yeah.
point.
You had seen the servants
Yeah, I
before,
had
but you had
seen,
not
like-
known the name.
like I think
Yeah,
I
I'm
at
pretty
least
sure that's the name
mentioned the
Tristan
fiery
called them
servants
specifically.
that were around,
That's true.
but like that's the extent of it. So for extra context, that
So
Well-
she'd be aware of that at least.
yeah, like
Well,
As in Gracewood.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've heard of the servants. Fiery servants. That's an Archon. That's what that was. And I know because of the flower. And the flame. And the fact that an image of my mother showed up just when I was really missing her. I
So
guess they took that as I really needed help.
that rider was one of those entities described in Alstromeria's heretical text. Truly.
Delphine nods slowly.
Grace scowls, crosses her arms.
Grace, if I may, Might you be familiar with one named Laird the Candlemaker?
Unfortunately, yes.
I knew him personally. Was fortunate enough to.
He caused a great deal of trouble in his time here, and from what I understand, he continued to do so until he disappeared after the blood of Legola was called.
Where is it do you think he went?
And on that note, why do you think that after all of the Haven trees left the continent and went to Zodia, Magister Kendra suddenly disappeared and couldn't be found?
You're joking, right?
No, Miss Grace, I wouldn't joke about this, especially not just seeing my mother right there about this.
You mean to tell me that Magister Kendra, that criminal prophet, and that rider that bared an uncanny resemblance to your mother, She furrows her brow again.
You know, it's a lot to take in. I honestly didn't believe it until, well, I summoned Magister Kendra myself, and it was really, really, really weird. And now seeing it again, only this time it was very accidental.
Take what time you need to rest. We need to hit the road again soon. I must pray about this. Find some answer in my own meditations. If you'll excuse me. And she bows, and she's gonna go ahead and excuse herself and ride off and go and pray a little bit here. Probably with the flower in hand.
I just despair fucked us. I'm so sorry.
I mean, that might have accidentally succeeded for us. Like,
I don't think that fucked you over.
That said, you probably will not be able to summon another one.
I figured.
That was
I
that
figured
was the hand of fate being forced right then and now.
Also, fuck
thanks,
you, Barry.
hand of fate.
I was
What else is
really
he gonna do
waiting
with
for
that
that.
despair?
I was really waiting for
For a
because I was
despair.
like, if they summon an Archon, it's either gonna show up as Gideon, her husband, or as your mom or dad. But that circumstance is perfect.
fuck.
But yeah, so you guys rest for a little bit, get your mind and souls back in order, and hit the road once again. Though the fire was raging there, there's no damage to any of the foliage there. The fire did not seem to consume any of the land itself. And when you go over there, if you were to check it out, if anybody were to look at it, there are more of those irises that have grown out of the ground.
I'm assuming, are we staying like overnight here, or
Probably just a little bit, and then you'll leave again.
She has to go tantrum pray.
Yeah, she needs, like, straight up, she needs to go tantrum pray. She needs to go pray to Ashling. It looks like this, but the petals are blue and also actually like shimmer with magic. Like if you move them, there's almost like a glitter of magical dust coming off.
Quick, snort it.
It's pretty cool. They're, you know
No
that they
thanks.
you know that the plant itself has been used to as a magical focus in the past. Like people have pressed the flowers and used them in the construction of certain objects. And oftentimes, if one of these flowers is placed into a staff, like if you basically could grow them out of a staff, it will actually continue to live if it is used for magic. But yeah, only native to Arcanon.
Oops.
Gonna go have fun with those for a while. Those are really pretty.
Delphine will definitely take the suggestion Kite did and have the feather basically, like, as much as she can weave it into her short hair, she will.
Which unless you've cut it again, you did cut it back in Zodia, right?
Yeah,
So it's probably started to grow out to like shoulder length again. So
You're getting
unless
yeah,
you
that's
cut
what
it
I was
again.
thinking.
Delphine Bob.
We ain't cutting it anymore. We just
Yeah.
there will be a nice little like short braid with that kind of weaved in, off to the side. Sorry, fam, I didn't mean to take that long talking to Grace.
Oh no, that was good. That was good. And so
Hashtag tantrum pray.
tantrum
Please tell me
prayers.
that's in the shit post.
As you guys continue on, once again, you're able to avoid a good deal of other of any major problems. That said, Penelope, you're approached by one of the Legolan soldiers at some point during the time.
Yes. How may I assist you?
I have something for you. If you'd be so discreet as to take it.
Oh.
Information from our allies. Keep it under wraps until you know it's safe to inform the rest. And as you get a closer look at this soldier, they weren't. As you take a closer look, they appear, and judging from like the little hint of an accent that slips out, this individual is probably a Zodian spy. And he slips you the missive. Word from the east. Destroy it after you read it. Emnet is ours. And he steps away and pretends like he didn't see anything.
Penelope equally ignores him and then checks around to see if it's safe to look at the note.
And
she
you'd be able to bide your time and find a safe place. As you read it, it's actually word from Reno as a report to be sent to a number of operatives around the area about the situation that has happened in Emnet to the west. You learn, so effectively, you guys through this will be informed of what happened with Emnet, the fact that it has been taken by the blood of Legala, and the fact that there were a number of casualties, including Jacob Morrow of the Sons and Daughters of Nibala. And so you will be able to learn that much. Basically, the results of Mission 1.
Okay. Penelope will purse her lips and then immediately destroy the note.
Which would be easy enough. So.
Combust into flames.
And yeah. So I assume, are you going to let people know about that discreetly throughout the course of your travels? Or keep that for now.
I'm only going to tell one person.
Okay. And is that Orion?
Yeah.
Okay. I was just checking, so.
Yeah.
And he agrees that we'll wait to tell everybody until it's a more opportune moment when it might not cause a bit of a crisis. And yeah, as you guys continue on, luckily because of the size of your group, you guys are able to avoid any major conflicts. And so you're not accosted by any other groups as you go, which is funny because you guys actually probably were past likely within 50 to 100 miles of group 1 as they were heading back. Because you guys are probably passing right around this point. But they were a little bit down south further than you were. And yeah, ships passing in the night. And finally, after about 8 days of traveling, after about 8 days of traveling, you guys get within a day of the God's Wood, the small area and series of towns and farmland that is relatively untouched through all of this, as it is supposedly the place which Dristan and Arlen once called home. Based on what you know, Anna, that's true. Actually, you can confirm that because you literally saw this area, and judging from like what you know and when you've passed through there at some point during your travels, it's pretty close. It's just as a little thing. But yeah, as you guys continue onwards, you guys get within about within just a few hours from a few hours from Godswood, and that's when you see me play the same song. Forgot to hit copy.
Stapo.
That's when you guys see the smoke.
Oh no. Call it.
This is the trap.
And
Oh, I muted Fred Boat. Whoops.
and as you guys kind of see the smoke peering out through the thick forest, Grace's face, she's been pretty quiet this whole time post that conversation. Her face drops. Goddess, no. We need to hurry. And with that, she spurs her mount onwards, and everyone else goes with you guys. Presuming you guys are also going.
Yep.
Weapons.
They have not given you your weapons yet.
Of
Well, I
course
guess
not.
they're
because that
fucking
would be
doing this by
crazy.
themselves then.
I feel like Foe would still charge.
Fucking, I'm turning my horse around.
Yeah, I mean, like, at least I'm placing myself kind of in front of Orion, like, who I'm guessing is following anyways.
Yeah,
So.
Orion is definitely going.
God.
Are you actually stopping, Betty?
No.
Okay. I was just checking.
As a person, yes.
Man, I really hope my internet's not shitting on me because Fredboat's really choppy.
All right.
If you open Fredboat in YouTube and then hit loop on YouTube, that's what I generally do. I don't mess with the app.
It's more just like when it starts being choppy, then generally either there's a server problem in total or there's a problem on my end. So
Gotcha.
I'm hoping for neither. But that's kind of how I keep track of it in case I need to adjust things.
And as you guys ride hard, as you guys make your way through the forests, things start getting a little bit thicker and hotter as you kind of go through. As a couple of as you see it, some of the farmlands have been set ablaze. Some of the farms have individuals on mules on foot and anything they can find begin running you pass them as they're running past. The blood of Legal is attacking! The blood of Legal is attacking! They shout as they run past. And some of them give you guys a stern look as you go through. Already hearing your admittance that you were not a part of the first iteration as you go through, and as you guys make your way through the trees, some of which have also begun to catch fire. Some of the bolder individuals have begun to try and throw water on some of this. But as you break through, you see kind of in a bit of a clearing around all of these forests, a couple of the larger trees. Some of the larger trees being protected by some of the villagers who are here, their livelihoods burning around them. You guys see about 3 to 4. You guys see about 3 dozen horsemen. Many of them holding torches as they run by. Torch held out to a thatched roof cottage as they ride by, igniting the whole thing, laughing as they go. And each and every one of them is wearing a uniform of the blood of Legala. A number of you see a number of militiamen and loyalist soldiers confront them, and you hear a crack of fire, and as a blast of smoke guts out of the rifle of one of the horsemen that guns down one of the militiamen, his comrade slicing through him with a blade, and it definitely seems like these people are outmatched. On the far end, you see the first chapel. The chapel supposedly to be used as the meeting ground for all this. And out front of it, you see a small group of more elite-looking soldiers and a couple of priests of Arlen, from the looks of it, holding their hands out, creating a protective shield around as much of the town as they can. But you see blasts of rifle fire railing into the shield, and it begins to flicker with each and every one, the flames licking at the edge of it, threatening to pierce through this shield. Some of the civilians are running towards them, and while some of them are gunned down and cut down as you guys approach, you see the shield relents for a split second as some of those civilians come through as they get in through the safety, making their way towards the front. And at the head of the shield, clad in golden and white robes, looking rather worse and exhausted for his wear, is the individual whose picture I posted. Dirt and ash sticking to his face, even through the shimmeringness of the shield. As you see Carter Crestworth pushing all of his effort that he can into keeping the shield up for as long as possible. And with that, I'm going to have you guys roll initiative as a dozen of the soldiers a dozen of the Blood of Legala, quote-unquote Blood of Legala riders, divert themselves and begin riding off towards you guys, weapons out at the front.
Does it matter vigilance or cool?
It's going to be vigilance. I'll actually roll it for you guys because I have a fancy button that lets me do that.
I miss rolling initiative, Eric. I'm gonna let you know that.
Yeah.
You could do it. It just takes longer. So, I mean, go for it.
You already fucking did it.
Just re-roll it. It's fine.
No,
you already did it. Let's go.
You already took it.
Yeah, we got it.
It just takes
Yeah,
longer. So I
For
tried.
this argument, you guys could have already all rolled for
Shut the fuck up, Brent. Fucking let me argue. God damn it.
And so as this all happens, you guys are the other soldiers. Grace begins to command them and says, "And fan out. We need to protect as many of the civilians as we can, and stop these villains from burning this town." And she turns back towards you and gestures to the paladin. Get them their arms and armor. What are you waiting for? Now's your chance to prove yourselves. And with that, she rides off. And the other NPCs that are with you guys, and all of the soldiers are going to try and ride out to begin protecting people. You guys will have to use one maneuver on the first of each of your turns to get your equipment back. Basically catching them as they're tossed to you from the individuals.
Mhm.
But the first group of 4 riders is the first that gets to go, and they begin to close the gap, and they withdraw their rifles, and they'll take aim at you guys as they come forward, and this one is they're going to, with a cacophonous ringing clack and clatter of gunshots, gouts of smoke come surging through the air, and Cecil, you're going to actually be the one that gets targeted here.
Sounds good.
You have 3 evasion. God. And oh yeah, because you got evasive.
Yep.
And the gunfire rings true, and you take a couple of extremely glancing blows. As at this range, they're still somewhat inaccurate. But you do take a just one glancing blow in the shoulder, and you're going to take 10 points of damage.
Ow.
Oh, I forgot to.
So 5 points of damage.
Yeah, 5 after all said and done.
Question:
Yes.
If I get because I did not add this. I have 4 ranks in Toughen. Does my soak go up?
No.
Okay, I didn't.
That's just your wounds.
I know.
Yeah.
I didn't think so. Wasn't sure.
And actually, since you're not currently dragon shifted, you'll actually take 6 points of damage because your brawn is.
Oh yeah,
currently
because
3.
that's still set from the last fight.
Yeah.
Oh no, Cecil!
And so
She's
you'll
fine.
you'll take just a glancing blow. Player
Still
turn.
worried.
Orion is going to help some of the soldiers in trying to put some of these fires out and fending off individuals. Basically, you don't have to worry about their safety. Through all this, they're going to be off screen. It's just the 5 of you guys. You can still worry, but they're going to be okay out of character.
Okay.
But you can still worry. You can keep an eye on them, but they're not
Alright.
going to be in the main line. It's just you 5 basically. As you guys will be the ones to head forth and stop this group before they're able to surround you and break through and possibly threaten Orion and the others.
I'll
So
eat
player
that.
turn. Who would like to go first?
Fuck it. I'll go.
Yeah.
for it.
Wait, is there a map up? Because I
There's
haven't
not.
exited
I
the
didn't
route.
get a map for this now.
Oh. So who can wait? What does the field look like?
Right now, the group that rode forward was in medium range from you.
Mhm.
It seems by the look of it that their guns have jammed to the point of uselessness, and they look as if they're drawing blades now, because they kind of their guns jammed with all those threats. But they ride forward with their weapons and all that. So the one group of the riders is in medium range from you. The other ones are in long range from you right now.
You said that we have to either pick up or catch our weapon.
Yeah, it'll take 1 maneuver to do that.
Mm.
Though Cecil got a triumph on her initiative check, so she will not need to, because she can use that to basically catch the weapon. So
Well, I'm gonna use that maneuver to pick up. Well, I could give these guys these hands.
yeah, I mean you could.
Question is, do you want them to catch your weapon or catch these hands?
I am a fan of catching the hands. I guess I'll go and pick up my weapon. And that'll cost a maneuver, so
Yeah, so with 1 maneuver you can grab that, and then it would take 2 maneuvers to engage with them.
so I have to. So pretty much, like I'm stuck in at picking up the weapon right now, right?
Yeah, you can use the second maneuver to start closing the gap if you wanted.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
And so yeah, you'll start closing the gap and start running forward, and you sit with weapon in hand, and now you're in short range from the one.
Gotcha.
The second group riding up after its first is actually going to take that shot at you, being the first to run up. So they're in short range. You have 2 evasion. Do you want to use any dodge ranks?
Yeah, that'd be nice.
All right, so you can suffer 1 strain and dodge.
Okay.
Nice.
No,
Oh,
that's
wait.
bad.
That's
Oh, I thought that was foe as fuck.
Thanks, Ari.
I thought it was foe rolling a thing. I'm sorry. Fuck me. Okay.
Done and done.
And so you're gonna take 10 points of damage, foe.
Okay.
And you have 1 rank of durable, which is good because that'll do a -10 to this critical injury that they're inflicting. As gunfire rings out. Ooh, nice. And a couple of the bullets clip you as you ride forth. And as they do, one of them in particular kind of clips you right in the side, and you almost feel like it the impact cracks a rib, though it's not the impact was not strong enough to break through your or to like puncture a lung. By the way, you do reduce it by your defense, your soak, so you actually take 5 points of damage, not a flat 10. But you do get the winded critical injury. You cannot voluntarily suffer strain to activate any abilities until the end of the encounter. So you cannot voluntarily suffer any strain until this encounter is over. So you won't be able to parry, you won't be able to dodge, you won't be able to move 2 maneuvers with strain. As their rain of gunfire kind of takes the wind out of your sails a little bit, as you kind of literally get the wind knocked out of you with their thick steel pellets that rain out against you. All right, next player turn. Hoden, Delphine, Penelope, Cecil.
We should probably deploy the tanks, and there's like 3 people with a lot of health. I'd like to take one of the front spots, but I don't necessarily need to.
Do it. There's another player turn after you too. So.
Oh.
I'd like to go last anyway.
Yeah, you healer.
Gotta
get them sick heals.
I'm gonna use that triumph that I didn't know that I rolled, so thanks for saying that. And I'm gonna catch my stone. And I don't know how I can do this without not, so we're just gonna do it.
You going all in?
I mean, I probably should. So yeah, Cecil is going to transform.
What does that do for your movement speed? Does that give you +2, +1?
Yeah, +1.
Oh no, it is +2.
Sorry, yeah, no, Storm Stones give +2.
So that will actually make it so that you can, with 1 maneuver, you can engage the ones that are in short range. But you have to suffer 2 strain because 4 strain, because 2 for transforming, and then 2 for a second maneuver. But because that ups your movement speed by 2, you can get really far. Because zoom.
Would I still be in Penelope's healing range?
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna need that. Because I'm gonna get.
You're in short range. Yeah, you're in short range right now. So, and she'll probably ride up too. So.
Yeah.
And you can still attack this turn.
Jesus.
Because that was 1 maneuver to transform, 1 maneuver to move. So you still can fight if you want.
Actually, yeah, you are, because the triumph is what caught the
yeah,
thing.
because you don't need to do that. So that was a good.
Okay,
triumph.
now I actually have 5 soak.
Yes, now you actually have 5 soak.
Note. So yeah, Cecil she eggs up and transforms. And sort of loping into the air, she flies overhead of the horses. And lands with a roar in front of the oncoming horses.
And like as you land, like the horses whinny and kind of bray back as Jesus, it's a bloody dragon! It's a bloody dragon! And yeah, what's the bloody dragon gonna do?
Oh, the bloody dragon's gonna hit him and honestly, to try and sweep them off their horses. Something that I should have said before she took off was, we need to take as many of the. If all is amicable, we should try and take them alive, for they are not blood of Legala. So who the fuck are you?
In order to aim for the horse, it will be a maneuver. So you will not be able to aim for the horse yet.
Okay, no, that's fine.
You have to attack how mounted combat works is that you have to attack the You just attack the rider.
I can't afford any more strain usage.
Yeah, well, you
even if I
can't
could.
actually aim yet, so.
No, I mean, I said even if
Oh,
I
if you
could.
could, yeah.
And so so in that case, we're gonna hit some guys. They have guns anyway. We don't want that.
It's true. Are you hitting the ones that that got the because they're all kind of up there now? Are you going for the ones that shot you, or the one that whose guns are now jammed, or the ones who are going for or the ones that shot foe?
If their guns are jammed,
They have swords.
okay. They do have things.
They do have swords, yes,
Swords.
but they're probably better at the guns.
We're gonna. How far away are the ones with the working guns?
The ones with the working guns are there's one group in long range from you and one up close that you can
Oh,
also
okay. So
engage.
yeah, I'll take care of I'll start to try and work on the ones with the working guns because the jammed guns will mean that it's down for a turn. Correct?
Yeah.
Cool. What's the difficulty?
It's gonna be against two purple and two black. And are you using your claws or are you breathing?
I'm using my claws.
Okay.
I just took 4 strain.
That's fair. That would be more strain.
I have a
So-
fair amount of strain, but not that much strain. So, in we go.
Oh shit. So what's the damage on that?
The damage on claws is
7, 8,
yes,
9. Here's 2. So they take.
because the stone doesn't do it. It just the stone. Yeah, pierce 2.
It does increase your
Yeah.
damage by a little bit
Yes.
too. All right. So you describe how you take one out, and you also have that triumph that you can do something with.
Is
You
this a
gotta
mini
take
group?
Yeah. So you could take out a second one if you
I
want.
would be happy to kill another one, or to at least remove it from the picture, because I did just say take all, then say kill. And
So
back.
describe how you take 2 of them out and injure a third one.
Honestly, it's probably not too hard. Sitting a little bit back after the roar, coming up onto 3 legs. Cecil swipes down with a big open claw and just sort of sweeping above the horses. It's a very simple gesture. It's just a swipe. Because also it needs to be the most effective that you possibly. Or better yet, she turns around and just plows them off with her tail.
Whoop.
Bludgeoning damage.
And they go sprawling out around the area. And yeah, ow. So those 2 go sprawling. And yeah, that said, as one of them hits, their gun, one of them, and a gun just like misfires completely, and you could just get a face full of gunpowder smoke, and it's gonna give you a setback dice on your next check.
Sounds good.
Hoden, Delphine, Penelope.
I'd like to go.
Last.
Hoden.
Yeah, I figured Hoden would like to go next, probably.
Cool. So, can I forgo catching my stuff?
Yeah.
Like, is it in the air? Or, okay.
Basically, yeah, it's being tossed to you, but you could just leave
Fuck
it go.
Sweet. Yeah, because I have an idea.
Are you just gonna charge them and just beat the shit out of them with your like self?
Well, I have pressure point. So.
Oh shit!
Oh shit!
What? Oh my god!
No!
When did that happen?
I fucking love you.
That's so fitting! I love it! Holy shit!
Sneak attack. So yeah, he's just going to use. Would it be 2 maneuvers? Like, so I would suffer some strain to get.
Yeah, if you with 2 strain, you can get up to both of the groups that are up, but the one that just got Cecil'd and the one that just that has the malfunctioning guns.
I'd like to get the one with the functioning guns to like kind of further disable the ranged.
That's so
attacks.
good.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. So you're going for the same group that Cecil went for then?
Yes.
All right, cool. So
that's
yeah,
just-
2 strain can get you there.
Okay. It's just a brawl check against what difficulty? 2?
It'll be 2 and 2 black.
Okay. Balls.
And the Cartaman said choose to forgo damages, wounds, and strain. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, so unfortunately, as you kind of come up, kind of like positioning yourself kind of in a way that they're not really prepared for, they kind of they're able to kind of deflect your charges as you try and go for their weak points. Bloody What the hell are you? And as the two
Odin.
remaining ones, Odin,
What are
and
you?
you're gonna
I'm
suffer.
Odin.
You're gonna suffer one strain as they go. The other group is actually gonna ride a little bit further out, and they're gonna try and kind of make a circle around you guys, pot shotting you as you go. Unsurprisingly, they're gonna go for the dragon that just fucking tail whipped two of their buddies. Because congratulations, you just got threat.
That's the point of being a Manakete tank.
And so they're gonna remain in medium range and are going to aim, and they get a
Oof.
free accurate. And you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and upgrade it once. As the fear of dragons is going to invigorate them.
Ow.
And you hear another as the third group kind of circling around you. Bring her down, lads! We'll get a king's ransom if we bring this one down. And boom, 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 and they with a cacophonous series of blasts, they hit you for another 10 points of damage. And do you have durable or anything? No. Okay.
Actually, I do have 20 experience.
That's true. Did you want to spend it on durable right now?
What is?
It would do a minus 10 to a critical injury if you were taking.
I've taken a lot of critical injuries in my life. Ballistas and caster. Do I want durable?
It might. This is some of your last experience. It might pay to wait and pick it with a little bit less of a knee jerk thing.
Yeah, I should. All right, just roll it.
Boom. And as they hit you, a couple of them do. They hit you right in the wings a little bit, and kind of poke a few holes that will be able to be patched with a little bit of magic. You've seen magic; it's thin leather. Punch a few holes through your wings, and while it won't affect your flying really too much, it does hurt a lot, and you probably let out a bit of an agonizing sound as you get the agonizing wound, and will increase the difficulty of all brawn and agility checks by 1 just until the end of the encounter.
That's annoying though.
As a number of pellet-sized holes are introduced into your wings, which already might have a couple of holes in them.
They
maybe.
do not, thank you.
Okay, well now they do, but you'll be able to patch them most likely. And yeah, that's their turn. So Delphine, your turn.
Who is currently within range of me for bonds to affect?
Fuck, hang on, let me read the wording on that.
3 spaces.
So 3 spaces is in short range. So everybody who is in short range with you, which is currently everyone, actually. So
All
everybody
right.
recovers 2 wounds and 2 strain.
You're welcome, bonds.
Yeah, because
That's why
you
you
guys
need
are
to stay
currently
close to me.
you guys are currently clustered up together enough where that still happens.
Yeah, because Betty can do the supplemental heals and get the big heals out, but I can do a little bit every turn because it's at the beginning of every one of my turns. So
Yes.
if you can, stay close to me.
Princess.
Can I go ahead and use my You Fell recovering 1 strain for this turn? After I catch it.
Yes, you also get to do that. So you personally will recover 1.
I have
wound
no
and 1
wounds,
strain.
so just 1 strain.
You don't recover from bonds, but you do recover the
Yeah.
UFL. So basically, everybody near you gets 2, and you get 1.
And I get 1. That's okay because I like to help people. All right, so still mounted on Ferdinand because why the fuck would I get off? Let's get the bow. Let's catch it. Use that maneuver, and
so you have one group just outside of short range, or just outside of medium range, with the guns that just peppered Cecil, and then you have 2 groups in close range with all your friends.
That was a stupid good critical injury. God damn it.
the close range ones are the ones that are
They're tied up. They're tied up in melee right now with Hoden and Cecil.
They still have functioning guns.
One of the groups does, yes, but there's only 2 left, and the other ones have drawn swords.
So let's try and pick off ones that still have guns.
Are you going for the ones in close range or the ones that are a little bit further out?
I guess the ones that are in close range.
All right, cool. So it'll be 1 difficulty. Upgrade it once. So you'll make it a 1 red and then 2 black.
Let's see what
Dun, dun,
I don't need to.
dun,
I don't need to
dun.
use equalize here. Have it. All right. Well, I got nothing for boost dice, so let's see what we do, fam. Damn
And
it.
so you can try and reroll the gold if you want with a
Does
destiny
anybody
point
have a problem with that?
or story point.
Yep, go for it.
Nah, go ahead. We got like 5.
Yeah.
Why did it give me a?
No, that was right.
No, it's the gold one, not the.
Yeah.
Yeah. The green one was in my thing.
Oh,
That's why
yeah.
I was like, why?
There we go.
Yay!
All right, so that'll make it
That's
9
enough.
points of damage. Oh dear.
My hits are non-lethal. Cry. Just taking them out. I don't kill people unless I have to.
Let's see. Let me see. That's okay. No pierce, so 5 points of damage. Is that? Oh jeez. So you take aim with your bow, and as you take a shot, it sails through and it hits the one in the side, and he goes tumbling off of his horse. And as he's trying to disengage, he kind of whinnies backwards, and he goes falling off of it, and the horse in a panic runs away. And unless you use those 2 advantages to make it so that the horse runs in the opposite way, will be trampled by his horse. So you can either use those 2 advantages to like recover strain or do something else, or to make it so that the horse does not trample this guy.
I don't want the horse to trample the guy. That's. I mean,
Fair
that
enough.
would take him out, but like, still, that's mean. I don't want that to happen.
So he is not dead, and he's just down and out, and the horse goes sprinting off away from the fire because fuck that.
Bye,
But there's still
horse.
1 minion remaining in that fucking group, barely.
Yeah, having been recently trampled myself.
Having recently been trampled myself, I would not wish that on anyone.
I speak from experience.
Penny, it's your turn.
All right. I don't cast as often. So it's 1 to heal, right? And then it'll be 2 for the crit, right?
Yes.
Okay. Then I can just use a maneuver to pick up my staff. And then heal.
Yes.
Okay.
And I think that you got. Yeah, correct. So go for it.
Yeah. Boom.
Damn, Penelope.
Well, there it is. Was that on Cecil?
Yes.
All right. So Cecil, as the puncture holes appear in your wings, no sooner do they appear that they immediately start to almost knit back together with healing magic.
Yeah.
And as the leather almost begins to, and it kind of like shimmering and glowing for a second from
Thanks,
her magic.
Penny. I didn't want to be a raggedy bitch.
Oh. God, no.
Reappears. And so you also have that triumph. What do you want to do with that?
Do I still have the critical? I still have the critical injury though.
No. You
No.
don't. You
Oh.
also are, you heal for 3, 4, 5, 7 points of damage, and don't have the crit anymore.
Can I
Penny, you're
give? What can I do with?
You can, if you want, you can upgrade her next check, or you can
Yes.
something like that. You could do anything like that.
Well, the next one is Cecil, right? Or-
Yeah, it'll be
no,
a new turn order, so it could be.
Oh, it'll
Cecil.
be new turn. Well, the next person they get
Yeah.
upgraded checks.
Yeah. So, do you want to do that then?
Yes.
Nice. As the fighting continues, as you guys look forward, as it's been about a minute of skirmishing, running around and trading blows back and forth, you see the shield begins to waver. Judging from the amount of a couple of the priests begin to kind of drop down to one knee, and you see Carter shouting out to them to like don't overdo it, don't exert yourself, but you notice that probably about a third of the priests who are maintaining the shield have to step out of sheer exertion, either from passing out and are dragged away, or otherwise. Effectively, if you guys beat these guys, you'll be able to help with that.
But
Unless
only-
unless you go.
But only if we beat these guys.
Uh,
Quick
pretty much the sooner you guys are able to beat these guys, the sooner you guys will be able to go and help them and stop
Okay.
the
Sorry, Kite. I heard words there.
Oh no, I was gonna ask if does the winded critical injury affect using the Cloak of Mist ability?
Yes, because you are voluntarily suffering strain, so you will not be able to Cloak of Mists.
Gotcha.
If anybody wants to go and assist elsewhere, you can do so by using maneuvers to leave the battlefield, if you will, and then on each of your turns you'll be able to make a check, and if you succeed, you'll be able to give an extra turn for the time that you have to support the rest.
Gotcha.
So that is something that you guys can do if you start running low on time.
I can cast Shield with my Draconic Ward ability.
That's true. That might come in handy if you need.
So that's a backup.
Yeah, I'll let you guys will know when it's like go.
Well, I mean, also we have plenty of tanks.
It's true, yeah. All right. So first up is going to be the blood soldiers, quote unquote, that are making a circle around you guys. They are going to they're going to continue peppering Cecil, honestly, trying to bring down this this massive monstrosity. You have 3 evasion. 3
Yes.
evasion. And keeping a distance, they're going to aim once again, and that's going to hit. So you're going to take 10 points of damage again, as they are consistent.
I love 13 damage.
And with those 2 advantages, they're going to give a boost dice to the next group of blood soldiers. But it is a player turn before they get to go. It is a new player order, so anybody can go.
Remember,
Hey,
next
you
person
wanna go?
gets upgraded checks.
What? I don't know if it's a good idea for me to go critical injury and.
I can try it.
Oh, you have a critical injury too?
Mhm.
Yes, he got
Oh,
winded.
okay.
So Hoden, are you going then?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to
Bam.
do the same brawl check again against the
Whip.
people in front of me. And is it 2? You said 2 advantage or boost die?
Yeah. And there are you do have to add 3 setback dice. Sorry.
Oh,
If you just roll those. Okay, that's still a success.
Okay.
So that'll do. Your brawn is 3, so 3, 4, 5, and then you add your ranks of medicine, right? 6, 7.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, and it's not. Oh dear. So they take 7 strain to the dome. They do not reduce it by their defense.
Sweet.
Oh god. All right. So let's see. That's 1. 6. So describe how you take 2 of these guys down in this cluster in front of you,
So the first
removing
time
one of the
he-
groups entirely.
the first time he struck, he kind of underextended because he's used to being in a bigger form. So now, kind of centering his body again, just kind of feints to one direction and then manages to catch both in kind of like a swinging arm motion and knocks both of their heads with like the sides of his palms things in kind of like a karate chop motion.
And so you just like basically crack them right up on the temple, and the 2 of them just fall down, and are very much incapacitated. And as they fall, they kind of just fall, like kind of tumble off their horses as they go. And the horses again will flee. You do have 2 advantages. What would you like to do with those?
Can I give advantage to the next person?
Yeah, you can give a boost dice to the next person.
Sure. Yeah.
All right, and so those ones are going to go next, and they the ones that are remaining are actually gonna they're gonna sort it up, and let's see, you have no defense or anything, right? No.
Nope.
So yeah, they will they're gonna go, and they have a boost dice, and They're gonna aim. And they miss you. They swing down, and you're able to bob and weave your way out. And one of the swords actually comes down, and you actually catch it on the tip of your antler, wincing for a minute as you kind of shrug it off. What do you? And but with those three advantages, as the cavalier kind of like reins back, the hooves boom hit you right in the chest, and you are going to be knocked prone.
Okay.
But you don't take any damage. Next player turn.
Me.
Penelope, go ahead.
All right. No, Eric, with mend, would healing be light only, or?
Yes, it is. Healing is light. Oh, the light only effects are specifically ones that say light only. None of the healing effects do. But if you were to use a different spell that has effects that only light magic can do, it lets you do that.
Okay. Oh,
And,
and Hodin also gave me a boost dice,
Yes.
but it was blink.
And by
Also,
the way,
it increases by 2, or the wounds healed are increased by 2.
yes. So, Foe, you'll heal 3 wounds, and that critical injury will be healed as you feel your energy start to refresh as the wind is refreshed and invigorated back into your lungs. As Penelope's fucking crushing it with these healing rolls. And next player turn. Who would like to go next? Delphine, Cecil, Foe.
I would like to request that I go next because I have an idea. If that's okay with you two.
Yeah, do it.
Okay. Can I use thorough assessment?
Yeah, if you like, do it.
All right. Does it matter which knowledge?
In this case, you can do knowledge. You could do a knowledge education if you want, because that'll make sense given fire.
Yeah. It's 3 difficulty. All right. That look great?
Yeah.
Okay. Hopefully this works. Damn it! I wanted to give boost dice. I hate everything.
So unfortunately, as you scramble to take stock of the situation, the panicking and screaming civilians and the stress of the situation fills you with a dreadful anticipation, and you aren't sure exactly what the right course of action is here, and you're going to suffer 1 strain, and unfortunately your check failed. But you do still have your maneuvers, though. Oh, and everybody around you will heal 2 wounds and 2 strain too.
Yep. So that's still
Which is still everybody,
right?
yeah. Still everyone.
So I have no wounds now?
Yes.
Oh.
I still
I
have
did,
3 strain.
I did not
that's
add that
fine.
last turn, by the way. Can I retroactively add that back in?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Thanks.
Use your tier 5.
You want to count down, Steph.
Huh?
You want to count down, so you're at 11.
Oh, okay.
And you're also at 11
That
strain.
confuses me so much.
Or actually, you're at 9 strain. Yeah, the wounds count up, basically. All right. So, are you doing anything else with your maneuver? You can do helping hand if you want, or you can use the assist maneuver if you want.
I would like to use assist via helping hand if I
Sure.
could. For the
Who
next
do you want to do it on?
Can I do it just for the next player period?
Well, it has to be somebody that you're near. So it would have to be right now. It would have to be Penelope. It would have to be Penelope is the only person that's closest. So unless you moved closer to the others.
Well, I guess Penelope, you are getting a helping hand next time.
Yeah.
All right, so you'll add 2 boost dice to your next check. As she, in lieu of being unsure as to what to do next, you instead focus on helping Penelope and watching her back, so that she will be able to focus on healing people.
Everyone's gonna be so fucking healed up.
Foe and
Hell
Cecil,
yeah.
one of the 2 of you can go next.
Cecil, it's up to you. Would you rather go or me go?
I mean, I'm just gonna chase those guys who've been messing with me. So
Yeah.
I'm indifferent. I can catch up wherever they are.
Screw it, I'll go then.
All right, Foe, your turn.
The guys who shot me. I technically can't use quick strike on them, can I?
No. Everybody's acted at this point, so you do not get quick strike.
Okay. I'm gonna activate Berserk.
Okay, yeah.
He's definitely not feeling too happy about getting shot. So, he's gonna close the gap and attack. I guess.
All right. Yeah, the one there's one group with the swords near you, so it's going to be against 2 difficulty and 3 setback.
2 difficult. 3 setback. Any boost dice I should know about?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Oh, actually, sorry. You do get 1 boost dice because your lance is accurate, so you can roll 1 real quick.
And with Berserk, I get
So with Berserk though, you get 2 successes.
there was 2 successes and 1 advantage, or
Yeah, 2 successes
reverse?
and I think it's 1 success and 2 threats actually.
Is it 2 threats?
I fucking get.
Yeah, because I have it copied,
Because
but of course I
we
can't
don't
see
have the symbols down. Hang on. Pull up the talent tree because that's. It adds 1 success and 2 advantages. Yeah, sorry, it's not
Oh,
threats.
Very
So,
nice.
yeah, so you get 4 advantages and 1 success. So you'll deal 7 points of damage.
Oh, so wait, I actually.
And so yeah, you do succeed because that Berserk turns it into a success. And you do have 4 advantages, so you can use that to inflict a crit. You can use that to recover strain.
I'm gonna use 3 of those advantages to use feint.
Okay. Feint. You can only use feint if you miss. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
So if you would have missed, that would have been perfect. But you actually have.
Yeah.
You can spend 2 advantages to disorient them for 2 rounds.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay. So and then you still have 2 more,
2 more.
which you can use to just recover strain or give a boost dice to the next player or give them another setback too.
I'm gonna give them a setback.
Okay, so they'll have 2 setback dice, 1 from disorient, 1 from that. And so you leap forward, spinning your lance around in a fearsome Kata. Do you want to describe how you take one of them out?
Honestly, since he's berserk, like he's going to twirl the lance around, but like as he like lands in front of him, like he's going to kind of feint the lance around him and kind of just grab him by the head and just toss him to the side.
All right, and yeah, so he goes spinning out as you take him out, and there's 2 more remaining with the with that group in particular. Cecil, your turn.
Alright, clearly the guys with swords are gonna get super messed up here in a few minutes, so I'm gonna fuck those guys in particular. I'm gonna go hunt down the guys on the horses, because I can fly, you assholes.
So, are you trying to get up in their business with melee, or are you breathing?
I'm going melee.
Okay, so
Cecil's
it'll
not
be.
as confident with breath weapons.
So you will have to suffer 4 strain, 2 to keep the transformation up, and 2 to
Yep.
enclose, and then it'll be against 2 purple, 2 black. As a dragon is chasing us.
2 black. I think that's all I have because I don't have a lot of combat skills.
Nice.
Oh
and-
yeah, whoops, sorry,
Yeah,
I
you
forgot.
did have one more
I forgot the setback.
We'll take. Do you want to take yours or mine? Do you want
I
another
will
threat?
take the threat.
All right, you'll take the threat. So as you rush forward and you bring down the hammer, you're gonna hit them for what's that again? 7, 8, 9. So 9 points of damage. So you collapse down and the one just as you put your full weight down on it. And
Fuck that
as you do, there's another the horse kind of reels back a little bit and it kind of hits you with the brunt of its oh, you forgot to bump your brawn up for all these attacks too. Roll one more green for me. Good.
Boop.
Okay, so it's gonna deal 1 more damage. And can you roll 1 more green for me actually? Okay, so we'll just put that damage on here too. So you'll with that extra hit there. Once again, there's a kind of a spray of dirt and charred grass that kind of sprays up in your face as the horse kind of stumbles and panics, and you're going to suffer 2 strain from those two threats.
Thanks.
And as the next turn goes, there's a renewed assault at the front as the individuals begin to kind of surge and the fatigue of holding this up continues. 2/3 of the remaining priests are now down, so it's Carter and then a couple of other priests keeping the shield up. Judging from this, you have this turn and the next turn before the shield will drop, because Carter will probably be the last man standing. So you have 2 turns to wrap this up, basically. This and also helping outside.
Next turn, I'm going to go and help the shield. I'm just letting you guys know.
So first up, the sword. The 2 remaining guys with the swords are going to try and go for Hodin.
I'm also prone. Don't forget that.
Oh yeah, boost dice. Boost dice.
You are kinder than most players. Ice. I just want you to know that.
I appreciate you. And
Sorry.
so yeah, they're going for it. I'm gonna go ahead and upgrade it. As one of them like sees an opportunity, and he leaps off of he runs up with the horse, and with a smirk he says, "Say your prayers, beastmen!" And the pony, boom, slams down right on your chest.
I like your pony noise.
Thanks. And so you're gonna take let's see, 8, 9. You take 9 points of damage. You do reduce it by soak.
Okay.
Obviously. And they're gonna get a crit with all that. You know, that's really fitting. As the horse slams down in your chest, you hear ribs crack, and you are also winded, so you cannot voluntarily suffer strain until the end of this encounter. But you hear a couple ribs crack. Not the first time, but ow.
Well, yeah, and
This time it reverberates through your armor a little bit.
It's a good thing that's not the first time, because I'm going to use my racial ability, Tough as Nails.
Oh
Reduce
shit!
The critical injury to 01.
Awesome.
So yeah, spend a story point for that, and as you hear your ribs crack, it's actually just the sound of your of some twigs cracking as the reverberations of the armor that you're now wearing kind of shake in, and yeah, you just instead suffer a critical injury of result 1. So you suffer 1 strain instead.
All right, I'm just gonna remove that purple dice.
That's
Wow.
hilarious. So yeah, you'll suffer 1 strain from that as like they slam down on you, and he looks down like, yeah, like he's definitely dead now. And as you just like cough, he looks down at you like, what?
This isn't the 5th closest time I've died.
Next player turn.
Can I go on my minion group again before they have a chance to hit me?
Do it.
Is that all right with you guys?
Yeah.
Sure.
Because the more you take out, the weaker they are.
Yeah. I'm gonna go again, and they're right there, so I don't need to spend more than 2 fucking strain. So I'm gonna sacrifice my movement, for that.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, we forgot to give you that upgrade from Penelope's Triumph, so upgrade your check here, because we totally forgot last turn.
I thought that was for the next person.
We actually forgot to give it to everybody. I just checked. Oops.
Oh,
So
it's for
go ahead and just
everybody?
upgrade it.
Oh
Yeah.
shit, okay.
Oh, damn. I thought it was for the
Retroactive.
next
Well, no, it's
person.
just for 1 person. We forgot to give it to anyone, so we'll just give it to you since I just remembered.
Oh.
And I'm gonna roll my brawn. And then we're gonna upgrade it once, and then it's again. What's it against?
2 purple, 2 black, and I'm gonna go ahead and upgrade the difficulty once.
Roll 2 black.
And you suffer 2 strain to keep your form, right?
I'm sacrificing my movement.
Oh, okay. Right. Oh yeah, because you're right
Yeah,
there.
because I'm in melee.
Yeah, no shit.
I don't want to spend any more strain. I need that.
All right. Oh, and I'm gonna upgrade the difficulty
Oh
ones too,
yeah, whoops.
so.
There we go. Got it.
Yeah, looks good.
Pew.
Yay.
Oh,
Ooh.
oh. All right,
Eat
so that's-
garbage.
that is this group. If you use that triumph, you can take the last one out.
Oh yeah, no, he's toast.
So describe how you take the last two out.
Cecil flying up, or Cecil, though, like had landed on the ground for a moment, but she springs back up, hovering in the air over them. She looks them dead in the eyes, and with her big old dragon hands, scoops them off their horse, and we're gonna lift him up for a little bit. And we're gonna drop him.
Scoop,
And
lift, drop.
They decisively Wilhelm scream as they fall and are not alive when they hit the ground.
Oh.
All right.
You specifically can tell that at least Hodin had incapacitated a couple of them. Like
Yeah, I
you
got
will
you.
have a few.
Oh yeah.
So-
Oh yeah.
So smack dead.
Bye.
And it's beautiful.
And yeah, next player turn. Who would like to go next? There are
Actually-
three more remaining
Actually,
in the group.
may I? Sorry, last thing on my turn. May I use 2 of my strain to start to move to the chapel?
Yes, you may.
Okay, so 12.
The remainers, how like in relation to people are they?
They're still up with you. Yeah, those are the ones. Those are the ones that just horse stomped you.
Which ones was I just attacking?
Those ones. Yeah, the
Oh,
only group
Stompers?
remaining is those ones.
All right, I'll go ahead and go if that's
Yeah,
cool
do
with
it.
everyone. All right.
It's probably gonna be you and Hodin finishing them off. Like so.
I'm hoping to finish this one. Hoping. Gonna go ahead and attack, and I'm gonna use the weapon master
Oh shit!
ability.
We doing it, fam?
Along with that, there was something else that I just had in mind. I just lost.
You just do it for free during your turn.
No, there was something else I could use, but fuck it. Shit.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Can I use fearsome on them? Or do they
oh
have
yeah, I
to
guess
come and
technically
go?
they need to do that right now. Let me it just happens automatically.
Yeah,
They're good.
they're good.
They're not afraid of you.
Yeah, of course. Well, I'll use that, and I will also, just in case, I'm gonna aim
Okay.
twice.
Oh shit. All right. So yeah, suffer 2 strain. So you get 3 boost dice on this, and each of these successes counts as 2 damage instead of 1.
All right, so I use how much strain for that?
It would be 2. Double aim.
I'm at 4. All right, and what's the difficulty again?
Difficulty is 2 purple and 3. 3 black because they have swords.
Yeah, I do have Berserk on.
Yes,
All
that stays on.
stuff. Yeah. I think we're good.
Do it. If you spend a story point, you can re-roll that goal. Oh wait, no, it succeeds anyways because of Berserk.
Yeah.
Doing work. This Berserk is. All
Boom,
right.
boom, boom.
So that's going to be 6, 7, 8 points of damage. So you can try and still re-roll the gold if you want to try and like fish for more successes. If you want, that is an option.
Wait, which one? That blank gold?
Yeah, the blank gold.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Do it. But more advantages at least.
Okay.
So you can actually spend 4 of those advantages to crit them and kill another one.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
So describe how you take out 2 of the remaining 3. There's 1 left.
Damn, I did not think I'd make it this far. Yeah. I
Believe
imagine
in
the guys.
yourself.
I imagine the guys with the swords are like coming at him. Foe's gonna like sidestep any swipe that I guess they do, and he's going to like impale one of the guys and like literally pick him up over his head into kind of a swinging motion, and literally toss the other guy into him. And like when they both go flying back, like he's gonna jump to the air and just like dragoon jump like onto the other guy.
Can I even make a? Are you cool with spending this triumph? I have a cool idea that you'll like.
Okay.
All right. Make a coercion check against 3 difficulty, but upgrade your ability once, and get a boost dice.
Coercion once. Which one is upgrade?
The green plus.
Green plus and what is
Basically,
that?
by bodying these guys, there's 1 dude left, and we're gonna see if you can just scare him. 3 difficulty.
All right.
And you said a boost dice, right?
Yeah, which he has. He's got 1.
Making sure I didn't hear him say boost dice.
There it is. So as you whoosh whoosh and you like spin your weapon up ready to take the 3rd one, and he just drops the sword. He's like, "Fuck it, I'm done with this shit," and just drops his sword and like he actually like the horse panics and knocks him off. So like he's like on the ground as you're ready to like stab it through his heart. Fuck, I'm done. I surrender. Shit.
I imagine like as he does that, like Foe is gonna get like super close with his super angry face and then go right back to normal Foe like in a snap.
Shit, fucking shit. Holy fuck. Like basically completely and utterly defeated through all of this. And so as they're defeated, I'm gonna have each of you guys. I'm gonna go through the rest of you guys, and as they're kind of all taken care of, I'm gonna have each of you describe something that you're doing to help alleviate the situation, and we'll make you do a check. So Hoden, you go first.
Well, first he's gonna take a maneuver to get back up on his feet.
Yeah, fair.
And then kind of sort of like assess where it seems like are more like reinforcements coming or something.
It seems as if they're running. Any of these remaining soldiers are dipping. They're getting out of here.
He's gonna go and start trying to pull people like out of rubble or anything that would require heavy lifting or something of like just brute force stuff.
Go ahead and make an athletics check then against 2 difficulty.
Oh, wrong one. Damn.
And oh god, that's a lot of blanks. You can re-roll one if you want. We're almost done. So
sure.
Go for it.
Womp. And so you're able to move a few pieces of rubble, but you're not able to find any survivors through. But you are able to help put out some of the fires, just by lifting like heavy things and kind of using it to do stuff, and like turning into like your beast form, like kicking some dust on some of the smaller fires and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And so you're able to help in small ways, though you don't find any survivors. Delphine.
Am I still engaged with Penelope?
Yes, at the moment.
So, hey, Penelope.
Yes.
You want to go help heal some people that are in that barrier that need help?
Yes.
I'm gonna use rescue.
Yeah.
Get up on my mount. Let's go. So I'm gonna suffer 2 strain. She said she was willing. She's up on my mount, and we gonna go fly towards the people that are close to the barrier who are very obviously needing help.
And yeah, so you'll so we'll go ahead and Penelope, you'll add 4 boost dice on your next check from Delphine's book 2 helping things. So you'll add 4 boost dice on this next check.
Okay.
So how are you going to help?
Who's? Well, the guy is the main one casting that shield, right? Or
Carter?
Yeah,
or-
Carter is correct.
Carter. Yes. I kept thinking his name was Castor. I'm like, that's someone else. That's someone else.
That's someone else.
He's dead. Man, does he look pretty beat up, or just kind of?
He's
exhausted?
looking weary as the fire around is starting to really wear thin on him.
Okay, I'm gonna help him so he can rejuvenate and be able to continue
Okay,
with
yeah.
his shield, because it doesn't. Because it seems like without him, it might just go down.
Go ahead and make a healing check.
Okay,
targeting
is
him.
it just 2?
It'll just be 2, yeah.
Okay.
With 4 boost dice. Hell yeah. That was the plan. Yes.
Yeah.
The
Then
Penelope
because of
Delphine
men, he
tag
gets
team.
additional 2. Yeah, he gets additional
Look at all those
2 health
advantages.
points. And then all that strain will be restored too.
Literally, advantages are how you recover strain. So you can
Oh, how I
literally
do? Oh,
how you can recover strain on him. So basically, you can juice him the fuck up.
Do it.
And so
My
you
starry eye is gonna glow, and it'll just fill him and invigorate him.
and yeah. So as that happens, you see some of the sweat kind of disappearing from his brow as he almost seems surprised as he's invigorated with energy and yeah. And let's see. So we have the last the 2 people who went before Cecil.
Cecil, still in dragon form, is flying directly towards the or she does land because she's
Yeah.
definitely knowing how to make a not in like approach or not a terrible approaching, entrance in the midst of all this chaos. But she winds back and she winds back and takes a rather mighty breath, all things considered. How many strain do I have to spend for that?
I think it's 2 strain.
Okay.
Yeah, it's 2 strain to do, and then 2 strain to be in your form, so it'll be 4 total.
Cool.
So you're gonna be
Woo.
time to take a break after this.
That sounds fine to me. But she inhales rather intently. And exhaling, the normal crystal, like icy crystalline blue breath comes out of her mouth, and she sort of coating the barrier, it washes up over and around.
Can you make that discipline check for me using your presence?
Oh
Or
yeah.
did you? Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I forgot about that. Using my presence, which is useful.
So just basically just double click on presence. And
Yes.
And how much you want to pump into this? Just like
Into the ward.
yeah. Are you trying to target the whole thing? Basically like chaining off of that. If so, it'll be against it'll be 3 difficulty to do that.
3 difficulty.
But I'm gonna upgrade it once with the storyboard.
Okay.
Since it's already an existing ward, we'll just have it be.
So 3 difficulty upgraded once.
Yes.
No, this is Draconic Ward. This is not another.
Yeah, but it functionally works like the shield spell.
Okay, because I'm only trying to add to it. So
Yeah.
So pardon me, I wasn't quite.
Yeah,
I got it, I
basically,
got it.
it functionally works like casting
my,
the shield spell.
it's getting
yeah.
late. My brain is mush. But there's that, and then is it just my presence?
Yeah.
Okay.
And your discipline, which you don't.
And my
have yet.
discipline, which is
So upgrade the difficulty
Not-
once and then roll it.
yes.
Be good.
And do you guys mind if I upgrade this?
Go for it.
Go for it.
'Cause it's
Yeah,
late.
this is pretty much like the last thing. So we're
Um,
almost done.
upgrade once, and then we're gonna. I suck at magic.
And seeing as this is the first time that you do it, as you unleash the breath, it washes up and over the ward, and it doesn't hurt it, and it doesn't necessarily make it exceptionally stronger, but you can tell that it kind of reinforces it a little bit in certain places, and you can almost see a crystalline of like flickering snowflakes almost like appearing in it for a moment. And as like all of the priests inside like almost duck and cover almost instinctually as this happens, but then the ones that still have the ward notice that it's not damaged. If anything, it's a little bit stronger than it was.
Yeah, and Cecil
Even
is
if it's just subtle.
Cecil's then going to unshift back to 4'11" nothingness.
And
Because I'm tired.
some of the flames in the immediate area that the fire hit also extinguish as
Useful.
taking some of the heat off of it. And Foe, is that what you're doing? Are you basically just taking that guy into custody?
Wait, what happened?
Are you taking the guy that surrendered and like
Oh yeah,
grabbing him
like,
basically?
honestly, like as soon as he tried to run away, like Foe like grabbed him by his foot and is dragging him currently.
Yeah, like he surrendered. Like he's not running anywhere. He's done. And so you grab him and so as the situation kind of calms and you guys before everybody kind of gathers, you guys grab people and put some of the fires out. Though some of them are still burning. And there's a lot of them. And there's not a stream super close, so people have to run back and forth to kind of do all of that. And slowly as the fires around the first chapel are taken care of, the shield slowly begins to vanish. And exhausted, the priests and the safe individuals from outside, they begin to make their way out as the situation is slowly brought under control. Some of the flames still burning, but isolated at least a little bit. They'll likely still burn, and it will be hard by the time they're put out. Many of the homesteads will have to be completely rebuilt. But the situation does seem to be taken care of immediately. And
Did we get everyone to safety?
yeah, everybody that you could. There were a couple people whom you were not able to save, but it was most of the individuals got to safety. So as you guys kind of consolidate back again, Grace, closing the tome that hangs on her hip, she takes a deep breath, and as she turns towards where her son is, as he takes a couple steps forward, Carter, his eyes firmly locked on the dragon that just rushed up to the chapel. Mother, what is the meaning of all of this? Who are those men, and why is the dragon from Zodia? And that's where we're going to end it for the day. And we'll pick up right there next week. Real quick, before we all get off, how does everybody's Mondays look for this upcoming Monday?
I'm good.
Are you guys free?
I am. I'm off work for the next.
I know people probably have work in the morning, which is why we'll be able to probably get started like at 7. Because Ashley has a thing that she's doing on Friday. So as long as you